Welcome to Stavanger, the fourth largest city in Norway, and situated on a peninsula along the south-west coast of the country. The old Stavanger is a big draw for visitors, composed of small wooden houses and cobblestone roads, and sport is an important part of the city's culture. The impressive Stormarket Arena is where all the action is happening this week.
Welcome to the afternoon draw.
We're focusing on women's draw 3. That's Russia against Sweden. Russia, the defending champions.
Women's A group, we have on sheet A, Denmark and Norway. On sheet B, Scotland and Germany. On sheet C, Russia and Sweden. On sheet D, Switzerland and Latvia. And on sheet E, Italy and the Czech Republic.
And there are the lineups for Russia. Second, Alexandra Saitova. Margarita Fomina at third. Their skip, Anna Sidorova. Thomas Lips, the coach. For Sweden, skip Margarita Sigfridsson. Playing second is Maria Wennerström. Their third player, Tina Bertrup. Fourth, playing the skip zones, Maria Pritz. And there are the standings after draw 2. Scotland leading the way and 100% record 2 for Sweden. But it's not such good news for the Russians. Played 2 and lost 2. Losses to Italy and the Czech Republic. I'm Alison Walker, providing you with live commentary on Russia against Sweden, and joining me, Kenny Edwards. There's the other games that are on in the arena. Denmark, Norway, Scotland, Germany, Switzerland, Latvia, and Italy against the Czech Republic on sheet E. Our focus, though, Russia against Sweden, and contrasting fortunes, Kenny, so far for both teams.
Yeah, certainly you'd expect Russia to come into this tournament being one of the tournament favourites, but to lose their first 2 games really has stunted their progression. Really, they've come into this in relatively good form on the back of a couple of World Curling Tour event wins. Spent a lot of time in Canada this year, playing I think it was about 3 or 4 tournaments. So that's the first look at Ekaterina Galkina, the lead for Russia. Really has been around the scene for a long time.
Yep, very experienced player. And I wonder if the fact that they are the defending champions, it's changed the way they look at this. They know they can do it, they know they can win the top prize, but that brings with it its own pressures. Here's Margarita Sigfridsson, very experienced as well, the 37-year-old. 24 years curling.
Yeah, Sweden 2010 European champions.
They have got off to a good start this week. Wins over the Czech Republic and Italy. And the Russians have lost to the Czech Republic and Scotland. So, long way to go.
Yeah, a little surprised that Sweden playing the takeouts on these stones at the back of the house. You'd have thought Sweden would maybe just go a little bit more aggressive and throw the corner guards, but maybe just taking a couple of ends to ease themselves into this.
Two teams know each other so well, of course, Kenny, don't they? And they've played a few times this season, haven't they?
Yeah, certainly they've played once before this season, out in Canada, a semi-final. And Sweden, who came out on top in that one, very tight game, trading fours in the end 7 and 8. And this final score was 7-6 in Sweden's favour.
This is a fairly new player to the team, Alexandra Zaitova, the youngster from the World Juniors team, promoted into the big team.
Yeah, straight away you can probably see why. She's certainly got a steady slide and release on her.
So still a big step up though, isn't it?
Yes, certainly from World Juniors to Europeans and world level. Certainly at the women's game, it's a big jump. It's a long week though here at the Europeans. So if you do lose your first couple of games, you've still got a chance really of making the playoffs.
And we've seen teams even going on to win it from a negative position. So it's a marathon, not a sprint. This is Maria Wennerström, 28-year-old from Sweden.
Yeah, so Anna Sidrova just going to ask for the takeout on this guard. And nicely taken away. So for me, this is really going to play into Russia's hands. They've obviously started with 2 defeats, looking for a bit of confidence. Sweden really defensive. That'll give Russia a chance to maybe build a bit of confidence. If they can keep it tight for a couple of ends, just find their feet.
So quite strange not to see Ludmila Privakova in the Russian lineup. She was very much a fixture. We hear that there's been some issues, some performance-related issues. There's the rows of play for you. 6 ends minimum, 73 minutes each team. There's 1 coach interaction, and the clock continues to run during that. And time has been a problem for 1 or 2 teams over the years, so it is an issue. It is something you have to watch.
Yeah, I think you should be able to complete a 10-end game in 73 to 75 minutes, no problem at all. It's more than enough. What you will see is most teams trying to play the first few ends pretty quickly.
Yep,
so they do have
time at the end
for
the big decisions. This is Tina Bertrup, the third for Sweden.
Yeah, this Swedish side only once failed to medal at the big championships.
They are always there or thereabouts. Margarita Fomina for the Russian team. Of course, I wonder, Kenny, that the Russian team feel even more pressure because of the Olympics. They're the host nation. They're expected to win everything, bearing in mind the resources that have gone into this team and the pressure back at home.
Yeah, I do think they've got a good chance of picking up a medal or even going on to win it. Thomas Leaps, the coach, first competition was Europeans last year, I think, and picked up gold medal. So they have he has sort of turned things around. He's certainly improved the tactical side of the game for Russia. It's something we're maybe lacking a couple of years ago, but
and apart from the youngster side talk, they have been together 7 or 8 years, these girls now. So and that is important.
Yes, certainly. You spend a lot of time with each other, traveling the world, so it's really important you get along.
Here is the skip, Anna Sidorova. She likes her scarves. That looks a nice scarf, Kenny.
Yeah, I'm not partial to a scarf, but
It's not team colours though. It looked cosy. I'm sure it'll be off later on because these girls do expend an awful lot of energy. A long time out on the rink on sheets of ice. Here's Maria Pritz for Sweden. She plays the skip stones. I don't know when she finds time to curl because she's got 2 sons and she's the stepmom to 4 other children, so she's a busy lady.
Jag kompromissar. Bra. Maria, bromsade när kom de? Ja, det hade jag inte haft koll på. Bra. Bra Maria. Bra. 70. 67 yes. Hade jag. 69. Bra spel. Bromsa liksom när den kommer ut.
so I think this will just be a straightforward hit and roll into the house for Anna Sidorova. And you see the rest of the games going on in the arena.
Yep, lots for the crowd to watch. You have to just focus on one game. You get 4 for the price of 1 here. Even 5 for the price of 1.
Yeah, so nicely done by Anna. This will give Sweden a chance to blank this. They'll want to retain that last stone advantage. Try and make 2.
So last stone of this first end. Maria Pritz. Should be relatively straightforward for her.
Sure is, and no score in the first end.
Both teams happy enough with that. Get used to the ice, and after 1, Russia 0, Sweden 0. So into the second end of this game between Russia and Sweden. Women's draw 3. Remember, Russia yet to get a win on the scoreboard. Sweden have 2 wins already. So the Russians really looking to take this game to the Swedes, develop a bit of confidence. Stone's working for them.
Yeah, Russia are looking to progress in this tournament. Can't really afford to drop too many more games.
It's even something just to break the mold, isn't it? Even if they win this one and then maybe lose another one, at least you've got that 1 win psychologically in the bag.
Spelar vi cornern? Nej, jag tänkte inte det. Tänkte hon inte det? Nej. Vad sa vi?
Always a lot of chat between the Swedes.
Yeah, I think they were asking whether to throw the corner guard there. But electing to move this one off the forefoot.
Nej. ...93, 92. Bra Maggan. Bra.
Let's check elsewhere on sheet A. Denmark against Norway. First end.
Väck. Väck. Oj. What?
Norway looking to try and get on the scoreboard. This one needs to occur a long, long way. Just doesn't come enough. And it looks like a steal of one.
Yep, chance missed. She's not very happy with that. After one end, Denmark 1, Norway 0.
Sorry.
Back to our featured game, Russia against the Swedes.
Bra Maggan. Bra där, det är bra.
So not too much going on in this end again. Fairly simple. That's something that the Swedish team do well, is they do the basics very well. They don't get too involved very often. They maybe wait for other teams to get a little bit impatient and force the issue. They make a couple of mistakes and eventually they'll get their break.
Yeah, it's worked for them very well in the past, certainly. They're a very, very steady team. Maria Wennerström.
This one will just hang around in the back ring. It's really forcing Russia just to play the hit.
The youngster, Alexandra Zaitova.
Yeah.
So now Sweden deciding to make a bit of a play in this red stone at the back ring.
60-65. Det är bra marginalen ända ner eller? Ja.
Just going to try and draw up against it.
Ge den lite.
Like we said, wait for a mistake from Russia.
Bra fart! Farten är där! Bra linje! Ingen fart! Frys! 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 Bra linje! Nina! Nina, bara frys! Farten är där! Kall om det går! Kall om det går! Ah, det är lite ända upp nu. Det är bra. Ja, det är bra. Bra.
So it's probably good enough to
58. Ja, 60.
cause a few problems for Russia.
Bra Maria.
As we take a look on sheet B.
Yep, Scotland against Germany. First end, and it's the last stone from their skip, even your head.
So looks like a steal of one for Andrea Schupp in the first end. Quite a lot of stones in play there. I'm sure coach Dave Hay won't be too impressed with that one.
Point on the board then for Germany. Into the second end of our featured game.
Gärna! Frys! Ja, frys! Risk över curl! Ja, nu måste vi köra!
Russia against Sweden.
Sista liten dött! Ja, vi har ingen... Nej, låt... Bara lite kortare då istället.
It's heading.
Ja.
Similar area to the last one.
Läskigt Maggan. Ja, sådär. Ja, Nina. Bra. Bra, du hade sett en sten där, där hade jag sopat. Bra. Målsim! Där!
Margarita Fomina.
So, does make the hit and roll, but makes the pocket quite big. I mean, I don't think I'd be playing the hit in this one. I just think you draw up against it. Might be able to leave a couple of stones back 8 foot. So for me, this really isn't the right call. Got to be so perfect if you're going to make the hit and roll. Playing the draw, got a lot of room for error.
It wasn't the safe option, was it?
So if Russia can make a nice hit and roll, you may be forcing Sweden into taking one with that last stone advantage. That's exactly what they don't want to do.
It'll be opening here for the Russian team. As we move on to the skip stones, and I see the rover. The Russian skip, former figure skater, had to give that up with a knee injury. Took up curling instead, so she didn't leave the ice. And there is a magnificent feature on Anna see the rover on the World Curling Federation website ahead of the Olympics next January. You want to find out a little bit more about her. Great girl, very interesting.
Yeah, so things looking good for Russia now. Maria Pritz will need to make a nice hit and flop on top of the red here. If she's going to cause Anna Sidroza any sort of problems.
All about where that stone finishes. Maria Pritz throwing the skip stones for the Swedes.
Played it really well. So may force Russia to hit and run. And that would give Sweden the opportunity to blank this second end.
Yep, decent shot from Maria.
See how important it is, just the tactical side of the game. Just one slight mistake can prove pivotal in an end, really.
That can be a mistake with the way you throw it. It could be a mistake in your decision-making process. Change the way you think. It can be the ice. So many things can happen. Anna Sidrova's last stone.
Supers are on this one really quickly. Can't afford to be on the inside. Just does enough, but yet picks that back red.
Yeah, you can see the wee grimace on her face.
Missed opportunity. Couldn't really afford to be narrow with that one. Always going to be on the high side. Super's done a good job of holding this one straight though.
Yep, all about the angle. And away goes the red. So last stone of this second end. Maria Pritz. And she normally eats these kinds of shots up.
Well,
but not this time.
Mistake. I'm sure Russia will be pretty happy with that, although they're 1-0 down.
It's a bonus to them. That wasn't the plan for the Swedes after 2 ends. Russia 0, Sweden 1. We're watching live coverage from the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2013, coming to you live from the Sormak Arena, Stavanger in Norway. Commentary from me, Alison Walker, and Kenny Edwards. The feature game is Russia against Sweden.
Yeah, so you see Sweden throwing that one top of the forefoot, and Russia going with the corner guard. This is a more conventional way of play that we've seen sort of go over the last few years. Teams are a lot more aggressive, going for it, try and win a game rather than try not to lose it.
Certainly makes for a much more interesting watch. Curling always looking at ways to make it more entertaining for all of those of you watching out there.
Backen nära, bra fart! Kör! Det är bara att köra, den är jättekort. Så långt ni kan! Jobba lite till, över linan! Över linan! Lite till måste ni göra! Lite till då! Bra så.
So it does throw up a guard, but doesn't cover the yellow. You probably want that a little bit tighter to the house. As we've seen this week so far, the ice is pulling pretty hard. That's a great shot from Katarina Galkina. So if Sweden do make the hit and roll, they'd be going in behind the corner guard, and that's exactly where Russia want to play, is behind the corner, not the centre. That one over curled.
Yeah. She wasn't happy about it right from the start. The margins are so tiny. You feel the advantage in the pendulum is with the Russian girls at the moment.
Yeah, the Russians certainly been more aggressive than the Swedes.
Рита!
So we probably want this one back of the 8 foot. See the curl on this one now. Really pulling over as we take a look over on sheet A once again.
It's the Danes against the Norwegians. It's 1-0 to Denmark. To the second end. The last stone. The Norwegian skip.
Fin linje! Vær med! Vær med! Ok, vent, ja, vær med! Ja! Hardt! Kom igjen, kost! Ha! Oi, vann. Æsj, man får løs.
So, money in Norway just doesn't do enough, and it's a steal of 2 for Denmark, and Lena Nielsen extends her lead to 3 over in that game on sheet A.
Not the best of starts for Norway. Back to Russia against Sweden, our featured game. In the middle of the arena. It's Alexandra Leitov. Her second stone.
Yeah, so although it didn't get the hit and roll in behind, it's a nice shot there. The double's pretty steep. The hit and roll in behind, you'd never be shot anyway. So where it's ended up is it's quite nice.
Always gives the other team something to think about, then it's a decent shot.
Yes, I couldn't quite make the roll in behind. What Sweden are hoping for is this hits and rolls a little bit too far, and it'll give them a chance to play the draw around and play the corner freeze.
Rolling Stones following a very similar line.
Yeah, so now Sweden thinking we're staring a 2 in the face. How do we counteract that? I think probably is now the time to play the draw around.
Okay.
Okay, nice there.
Det känns som det är så lätt att man bara vickar upp en om man drar.
That's going to play the draw around.
Inte då vi chans att stanna. Spela clearing då.
No, I think they're going to play a takeout.
Ja! Stenhårt ligger bra tjejer. Hårt! Hårt ligger bra, kör ut! Ja, jobba! Hårt, kom igen!
This one. Great shot.
Ja, bra spel.
Removes both reds, but rolls herself, and a chance still for Russia to get in behind that corner guard.
The minimum that they wanted was to get rid of those 2 reds. It would have been a bonus, I guess, if the yellow stayed. But good shot from Tina Bertrup.
Yeah, the risk with playing that shot is you don't make the double, and you give Russia the chance to draw in round again. You'd be staring a 3 in the face. So really got to be in with this one.
Trying to get it to come round, curl round.
That's a great scrub by the front end.
Казалось, как будто придержано было, шестерка не было.
Yep, almost directly behind it. Slightly poking out.
30 är bra också.
Yeah, should be able to see enough to play a controlled takeout, maybe just a hack weight. Just to push the red through and roll to the centre line.
Som vi har den på 20-30. 30 år, absolut.
You can see a fantastic view of where this stone is headed.
Really going hard to get it past the guard. Just catches the guard. Is this one going to run right through?
Sitta. Bra fart, Maria. Precis rätt fart. Ja, och spela. 30.
Just spins back in.
Just nipping the edge there. Unfortunate.
You see the sweeping action.
There's a few inches.
I think with this one you've just got to split the house, put it top of the 12, top of 8 foot.
Смотри, короче, просто там не возили. Они там возили. 8 нормально должно быть, но это должно быть вращение. Скорее всего, он будет садиться. Садиться причем прилично, вот Турик сейчас садился на раунд. Да, 7-5-8 такое, с вращением нормально. Турик 7-6 сейчас было придержано вроде. У меня шестерка была у нее.
We've got discussion in the Russian team.
7-6 не было. 7-6, может, она сказала.
You see the stopwatches just on the right there of the brush. We've just been talking about the split time between the back of the house there and over the hog line, that red strip across the ice. Time that, and they should be able to give a good indication of where they expect the stone to end up. And that's a great spot, no double, nearly left it too late.
Sweden with a wee bit to think about now.
Spela samma fart.
This third end.
Samma fart. Nästan samma linje. Ja. Finns ju plats att vicka. Ja, det vore fint. Vilken fart? Samma. Ja. Visst var den 30? Ja, precis.
Gruyère Pritz just looking for a hit and check in behind these two guards to make it a little bit difficult for Anna to pick up two. Haven't done enough to move it. They haven't. And it will be a free draw for 3 for Russia.
Yep. Not good for Maria Pritz and her team. Mistake.
Det borde vi ha fattat.
It's not getting that angle right. And gifting. And I see that over. What should be 3 shots here.
Yeah, it just needs to be fully 12 foot. And you've got to say, Russia deserve it. They've really came out here on this third end with last stone and tried to make something of it.
Yeah, they've been very assertive. Last stone then from Anna Sidorova. and it really...
Not sure what happened to that one, whether one of the sweepers touched it.
Well, she fell over a little bit in delivery. It looked a little bit awkward. And that is such a missed opportunity.
Yeah, it's a big let off.
They do get 2, and after 3 ends, it's Russia 2, Sweden 1. Let's take another look at what happened.
So you've seen the red lights go on, so whether it must have been double touched. These are touch sensitive handles.
I think just as you can see your hand just move at the end of the handle there.
So I think Russia can certainly take the positives from that end. We've got a 2. Some good spirit still from that.
And important psychologically, Kenny, not to dwell on that, because these things do happen, and they happen to all the competitors at various times. There's the 1, 2 and 3 you can see. Shot for Sweden in the second end, and 2 for Russia in the third. And that gives Russia a 2-1 lead.
Может сдохнуть. Не, надо дом обязательно, девочки. Сви, дом. 6. 4. Сви, не бросай. 4. Ближе. Есть.
Yeah, so let's see what Sweden do now. Will they play the hit on this one, or will they play the corner guard? No, looks like they're going to play the hit.
Ja. 75, Matti? Ja, 75, va? Nästan 70.
Maybe not, corner guard. So this is the question I have. So they go 1 down now with last stone, and they go after making the 2. Why not go after making the 2 straight away? Why wait till you're chasing the game?
Well, why wait? Why are they? Katarina Galkina, the lead. Turn accuracy 87%, which is good stuff. Russian lead.
Сви, ближний надо, сви! Ближний есть! Вот это нет! Со свивом начал! Самый ближний! Сви для линии. Вес, аккуратно. И до конца, и до конца!
Great setup by the lead. 1 top of the 4, 1 just tight.
Can't ask for much better than that.
Va? Vilken hand? Var det ganska mycket böj, va? Jävla mycket här. Den där är ju hela på rött, så mitt på viftan nästan 65 eller? Ja, stort sett samma. Ganska lång väg.
Margarita Sigfridsson, known as Magan. She's 80%. We'll keep an eye on our hand here so we can see what might have happened with Anna Sidorova, Kenny. You see, it's a clean release. And these handles are very sensitive.
Yeah, the handles have just got little lights in them. Green light off to indicate that it's a good stone. The red one, obviously a burnt stone or a bad stone, which needs to be removed from play. So Russia with 1 top of the 4-foot, they're in a good spot as we take a look on sheet B, and it's Scotland trailing Germany by 1 shot. Scotland's Eve Muirhead with a chance to pick up 2 or 3.
Yep, one of the fancy teams here. One of the favourites.
Does enough to pick up 2.
Again, lots of stones in play, so Scotland go into the lead in that one against Germany. 2-1 after 2. Also 2-1 in our feature game between Russia and Sweden. Russians missing out on the last end, and it could have been 3.
Ja, det är bra. Kan man få bort alla. Den här blir ju kvar. Är det långt? Ja, en så. Ja. Det är nästan köpt utsida. Ska vi spela den så där? Okej. En minusis. Träffa lite där. Ja.
Sweden deciding that's time to peel the guards off, try and tidy things up.
So Maria's stats quite as good as the rest.
Just rolled that one ever so slightly. Took that one across the face of the guard.
72% for Alexandra Zatova, the newest member of the team. Just 21 years old.
He again puts up the guard. And they'll be looking just for a piece of that red that's just tied to the house to try and move things around. And that one just a little on the high side. So just not got the accuracy from Maria Winnerström in this end so far.
Meanwhile, in sheet D, let's get an update. It's Switzerland against Latvia, third end. Swiss were out in front.
Facing 3 very mocked stones, but makes a hit on the nose and reduces the deficit to 2, but Switzerland still lead 3-1.
Ska vi göra samma? Går inte gå direkt på de där 2 nära eller? Jag bara undrar. Eller? Det går ju att spela våran så himla långt ner liksom, långt emellan.
Tina Bertrup, the third for Sweden.
Gillar du den?
79% her tournament accuracy.
Gillar ni den? Känns som den är 1 meter över hugg den andra. Lägger ju dit en till. Ja! Nej! 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 Upp!
This one just running back ever so slightly. Big mistake. Overswept that one early, jumped in it, hung a little straight and just feathered the guards.
Didn't achieve anything remotely close to what was wanted. Still in the same place. 2 reds.
That lead stone, the first stone of the end, is still sitting there on top of the forefoot. It just shows you how important a lead is in the game of curling.
You get those placed right and it determines how the end's going to go for your team. There you can see Russians in a very strong position in this end.
Отсюда кажется, что просто оттуда стей и прям четко.
Типа туда?
Да.
Ну типа еще сделать надо.
Не, ну это понятно.
Ну да, но потом мы не достанем, конечно.
Да. Просто здесь все хорошо закрыто.
Закрыть так, чтобы типа ей не подбросить, не пробить ничего.
Ну да, либо закрыть здесь, либо второй в дом.
А второй дом туда, понимаешь, тоже здесь.
По
И с
широкой.
этой стороны вообще кошмар. По той тоже еще больше.
I'm not quite sure what the debate is here, whether to
Здесь мне нравится больше.
throw the guard,
Да, потому что здесь, в принципе, все хорошо закрыто. Они прям
throw another one in.
идеально
I don't think there's
подмазаны.
any need to throw another one in.
Еще надо сделать. Просто сюда гарда, да, изнутри.
А тут валит сильно.
Они стояли с 12, вот этот вот ее, который они вот сюда втерли. Он в конце просто бешено валил.
Then maybe just look at these 2 yellows.
Или очень
We're going
сильно
to play a draw
закрученные с
around
этой стороны.
on the out turn and put it in top of the 8 foot. I think that's what they've called.
Ой, дальше что ли? Решетка. А там валит, и меня скрутить. Изнутри мне не нравится, потому что можем извести так. 8 тогда. Стоим очень широко, девочки. 8. 8.
Свип! Почти никакой пока. Свип!
Well, sweepers on this one really early.
There's a bit of work to be done, isn't there?
Not sure if they've done enough with this one. That one pulls up short and doesn't make it.
So that stone leaves play. A few mistakes in this end by both teams, Kenny.
Даже не думает это делать.
Yeah, I'm sure Sweden will probably be the team happy to get the 5th end break because they've not really got a hold of this game. Do move that one on the 4 foot, but again leave the red in the back 12.
Да, здесь
больше вариантов.
может не довалить. Может быть, не знаю.
Наверное, привезем.
Possibly this time the draw round would be the call.
6.
Put another one in.
Lira vid sten. Precis.
There's the bench, Swedish bench. Fredrik Rostrom, the coach,
Закрыть вам не нравится? Но единственное, если она привезет, мы потом не достанем.
knows a thing or two about curling, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got a lot of experience,
Мне всегда нравилось дома, видите?
a few championships
Ну что?
7.
over the years.
Мне кажется, 7. 7 добавим, давай.
There's the stats for Anna Sidorova, 71%. She's not playing at her best yet.
Сильнее, это шестерка.
Вес!
Без света,
Катя, свип! Свип!
So you hear the communication between the front end and the skip.
Саш, потеряй,
This one pulls up top of the tee. It's absolutely brilliant. And I think you've got to be pretty happy with that.
There's a lot of hazards en route. It's finished well.
Посмотри на вес.
In time, sheet 8, Denmark against Norway. Third end.
And once again, Norway in all sorts of trouble.
What? Kødder du? Samme.
And it will be a steal of 1 for Denmark to go 4-0 after 3 ends.
Just not happening for Norway. So keen to do well here in front of the home crowd. Struggling in that one. Maria Pritz, 78% for the tournament so far.
does remove the top red. But more than likely going to be facing 3 with their last stone. No opportunity to pick up 2 with the last stone. Russia really have controlled ends 3 and 4.
And that's despite a couple of mistakes from them as well.
Пошире стоите, я не думаю, что сильно изменит, честно говоря, да, 8-8-5, да. Лучше 8 на цвет, потому что пошире.
Я его подкручу.
Окей. 8-5.
Well, clean release this time from Anna Sarova for the last.
She made sure of that.
Just trying to move this one across. Covered it perfectly, but we would have liked that one at least 2 or 3 feet further towards the rings.
Sweepers could only do so much. Meantime, let's check sheet B, Scotland against Germany, 2-1 to the Scots, third end.
Andrea Schott with a chance to pick up 2. Scotland just not firing on all cylinders, giving Germany the chance to get back into the game after making a good 2 in the second end. It is a 2 for Germany, so they take the lead back. They lead 3-2 after the third end.
We're in the fourth end of our featured game between Russia and Sweden. 2 of the fancied teams here. 2-1 to the Russians.
And you see, this draw to the button is pretty difficult to negotiate the red and the yellow cards.
Yeah, a few hazards en route for Maria Pritz with the last stone of this fourth end.
Lång omlopp, ja! Ingen helst inte! Risk! Ja! Helst inte! Risk! Nej då! Risk! Var med, ja! Risk! Hårt! Risk!
Supers are on this one.
Med, bara med.
Passed.
Ja, avstånd gott!
Haven't done enough to get shot though.
Ja! För styrning i så fall.
Great shot by the skip.
Yep, beautifully played by Maria Pritz. Safely past the guard. The counting stone.
Sorry, jag hann inte kommunicera så mycket.
And Sweden pleased with that one.
Så lång väg där.
Means it's levelled up, and after 4 ends, Russia 2, Sweden 2.
Ja, det var lite krångligt. Ja. Det är lång väg här. Ja, det är en lakell. Ja, och så hade vi liksom, men din clearing är ju jävligt oflyt. Ja. Så jag skulle behöva
And here we see that final stone from Maria Pritz again. Knows it's an important one. Negotiates that guard. Was it going to get there? Never in doubt. There's the numbers so far after 4 ends. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, not much to choose between the teams. We just feel that the Russian girls have been a bit more assertive in this game, but then Sweden are a very, very tough team to beat. So we're into the 5th end.
Tina. Lite till, jobba nu. Bra skött.
Jag får byta ut.
Underway in the 5th end.
Средний!
Надо
Russia
поближе.
Саш, первая.
Надо поближе.
going to throw the corner guard.
Средний! Да, ближе надо, ближе, ближе, Сви!
It's encouraging to see Russia. You wouldn't think Russia, the team that have lost their 2 opening games, you would have thought it was Sweden the way they've been calling the game.
Yeah, I mean, Russia, they've been quite assertive. They've seemed very confident. Maybe they know they have to be now. Try and stop this losing run.
Jag tror Nina. Ganska bra linje. Köra honom. Ja, gärna för fart. Köra. Taket. Kör ni. Så långt det går. Ska jag passa på eller? Nära. Måste vänta lite nu. Om ni kan. Om ni kan så dra. Gärna lite över linan bara. Kör nu! Kör, jobba. Hårt, upp till linan. Upp till linan, tjejer. Bra.
So that one just not curling enough, and the yellow will be opening, so Katarina Galkina will be able to see most of this. Just play the corner freeze.
Нет, только Рита.
Только вес, внимание. Внимание, Сви.
Вес нет! Сви!
Сви.
Вес надо!
See it curling now.
Yeah, just over curled, but it's nice in behind the guard.
Надо было, да.
Våran ren.
She's not too unhappy with that.
Man ser halva. Ja. Inte jättekul att slå corner just därför. Kan man dra dit en till eller?
What would you do here, Kenny?
Hysa deras.
I think what you've got to do is just play the tap, just what she's indicating there. I don't think there's any point in peeling the guards.
Ja, jag tycker inget, jag ville bara säga att det verkligen kändes som att man kunde slå den och stanna. Ja, det blir ju superbra i alla fall. Den kommer inte vara gömd eller någonting. Och för att få ut våra måste det vara hårt så de blickar av till och med.
Don't really like that call of pulling the guard and rolling to centre line.
Som att hela vägen här. Jag vet inte vad jag...
Tap on the yellow and bump it to the button.
Jag tycker det är lite dålig skott. Så drar vi här och så drar de runt.
Den är bra. Kommer inte in då riktigt men...
Kan vi inte slå den här då?
Försöka stanna.
Look at the Swedish bench.
Ska stanna center tror jag.
Den här är också bra.
Vi ska stanna center. Sliton kan ju dra liksom.
Vill du spela clearing?
Vi drar en till, vi har för dålig skott.
Förlåt. Trycka i egen. Clearing.
Ja.
Ja. Bra det.
So, don't really like this, Alison. It's overcomplicating the game.
Ja! 80! Ja! Push! Jättehårt!
Don't make this perfectly. You could find yourself in all sorts of trouble.
Jobba Vick! Hårt! Okej.
So, still a gap there.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that achieved, really.
Можно пробовать, если что, центральный гард убирать.
3, наверное, да?
Ну да, как-то очень садится в конце.
So it just goes to show some of these top teams do make mistakes, and just being out there and in that environment, I think you're pressured into making maybe not just the correct call, or the one you would call if you're sitting from the bench.
Yeah, and sometimes it's quite hard to stand back and see it as a game with, 2 or 3 steps ahead of everybody else. You're always thinking the next and the next and the next and the next shot.
Svi!
enough to get this one past the top. That's a great shot.
It was close. It was close to that yellow guard, and it made it through.
Great sweep from the Russians.
Whisker, absolute whisker. Away goes the yellow.
Undan Nina. Bra. Bra där. Bra Maria.
So the yellow on the outside hangs around as we take a look to sheet D. Switzerland leading Latvia 3-1. Let's get Miriam Ott. This one looking a little pacey. And it's going to slip right through, and it will be a steal of 2, and Latvia tie the game up at 3 each after 4.
Latvia curling certainly on the up after hosting the Women's World Championships in Riga last year. Really keen to develop the game and improve. Back to our featured game, Russia against Sweden, and
just a poor call.
So this end, ebbing and flowing one way and then the next.
Just sweeping that for an edge of the red stone to try and take a bit of pace out of it. Nice hit and roll in behind.
This end is turned around in Sweden's favour.
So I liked him to run the guard back. Got to be so accurate with this. Oh, great shot. So there you see, driving the yellow guard back onto the one in the house.
Oj, den här håller jag på. 60. Jag håller ganska mycket på den. Ganska bra. Pass på. Vill gå långt härifrån. Ja, den är typ ganska bra linje. Tror du bara till? Om ni kan. Nej. Om ni kan. Jättefin linje. Fighta 4 bara. Bara stanna i linje.
Chance to come around this one again.
Bra. Snyggt. Ja, det är bra jackat tjejer.
Has it just overcurled ever so slightly?
Jag håller jättemycket på den. Bra.
Сколько мне можно просто привести?
So Russia really forced now to play the draw.
It was looking so promising for the Russians for a while.
Really going to make sure they're in there for a second shot. points in there for first shot actually.
Yep, good end result for them. Well swept.
ser bara 75 ändå, men det är lite grann. 10 va? 10. Antingen spelar vi 10 eller så spelar vi hårt.
So I think they can just see enough to play a controlled takeout way. Come down and remove the red and the yellow. Maybe roll the shooter. Still they're playing across to the right.
Den är skott eller? Vilken är skott? Deras? Ja, jag tycker det här är bra. Alltså ändå gå på kappen liksom. En 10 så orkar jag ändå. Jag ska spela någon mjukare än 10 i alla fall. Fint!
Maria Prytz.
10! Ja!
Got it past the top guard.
Nej! Nej!
They have.
Man kan vara med.
It's a great shot. Manages to hold the yellow too.
Bra, bra.
No, just spins out.
10. Snyggt spela där. Snyggt. Bra.
So, Anna drove up with a chance to hit and roll in behind. Great shot by the skip. And there you see it's right in behind, and that really does set up the chance of picking up 2 here in this 5th end just before the break.
Yep, nicely played by Sidorova, the Russian skip. The line was good, but would it hit and roll over enough? And it did, behind the other red.
Härifrån då. 20? Ja, nästan 30 alltså. Får vi har nästan ingenting från högt. Ett par centimeter bara.
So what's the Swedish plan here, Kenny?
I think they're looking at running the guard back onto the red. Probably enough swing on the in turn to come around the high side and bump it through at halfway.
Den var ju mycket bättre där. Orkar inte ut känns som den vägen. Det är så jättelång vägen. Det är vilket som, jag kan spela en 30 här. Eller en 20 här. Ja, det ligger nästan mitt bakom. Ja. Vad känner du för? Ja, jag tror jag har ju bäst chans där du curlar mest. Ja. Ska vi spela en 20?
So I think that's what they're going to call.
Yes. That's tight va? Förlåt, nej det är lugnt.
Important shot this for Sweden.
Jag har ju en flisa härifrån. Jag tror verkligen kvar den båda vägarna. Enda som talar för den andra är att du nyss spelade. Ja. Men magkänsla. Curlar bra här. Yes. 20. Bara 10. Vänta! 25! 25! 25!
See what Maria Prytz can come up with.
This one's looking pretty good.
Jobba nu Maggan. Ja, vi har den. Jobba nu. Hela vägen ut.
They're enough to push the red out of play.
Hårdare, hårdare. Hårt.
They
Kör,
have
kör,
it.
kör, kör.
And it will be, looks like maybe a nose hit for 2.
Jättefint spel, Maria.
Just not enough. Sweden pretty close to.
It was a really good effort. It was a tricky shot. And just examining which one.
Ну, похож, что наш.
Very, very close actually. I don't know which one I would choose.
Фиг знает, Ань.
Just maybe the red, but I think you just, if in doubt, you just play the hit in the yellow.
Ну чё, что скажешь?
Nu pробьем на всякий случай.
Откуда?
Yep, don't take the chance.
Не знаю, как поближе.
So the last stone of this fifth end from the Russian skip Anna Sidorova to make this count 2
Совсем нет. Внимание, нет.
and a lead going into the break.
5. Нет, 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 ну вали, зайчик, еще вали, вали, вали.
Oh, perfectly played. And it will be a score of 2, and they take the lead 4-2 after 5 ends.
Yeah, well played to the Russian team. Half-time break, time for a chat. Well, they have their break.
Слушайте,
We'll
он в
have ours
конце
and
там
we'll be back
как
with
будто
you
на
shortly.
чем-то. Видели? Молодец.
Мы не видели.
Мы ничего не видели. Нам не видно сбоку.
Я только, знаешь, я молилась и протирала вот так вот, просто чтобы как угодно. Чтобы он только завернул.
Ну, он завернул нормально. я вам
Линию
скажу.
просто поправлено как бы прилично. Ну, в линию тоже.
Да. Что? Нормально.
So, third end. Anna Sidorova looking to draw for 3, but double touches the stone, and it would only be a score of 2, so a missed opportunity.
Давайте, девочки. Все нормально. Два там, да?
Fourth end,
Skulle jag ju det, så att det borde vara ganska
Maria Pritz facing 2 stones.
Lång om något! Ja! Ingen helst inte! Ris, ja! Ja, avstånd!
This one was played perfectly, comes down onto the button, and they would pick up the single, tie the game at
lång väg där, så det blir så
2 each.
Bra känsla.
But Russia picking up 2 in the fifth end to lead 4-2 as we head into the break.
bästa chansen vi hade på den här.
Denmark, Norway. It is Norway trailing and up against it once again.
Fin rättning! Oj!
Marianne Rørbæk, skip for Norway, failing with her final attempt.
Den var plocka, va? Den
Would be a score of 1.
så ligger. Den var ganska mycket på baklänges.
They lead now 5-0 over on sheet A. Elsewhere, Scotland, Germany tied at 4 each. Switzerland leading Latvia 4-3 after extending a 3-0 advantage after first couple ends, and Italy surprising the Czech Republic over on sheet E. They lead 4-1.
Да. Давай еще раз. Пошур.
Folk överallt. Kan använda där ute riktningen.
Jag vet.
Är det här våra? Ой, ой. Чего? Все нормально. Потерялась? Да, немножко. Я видела кого-то красный. Я вижу, что мы синие. Смотрю, кто-то красный в доме стоит. Думаю, что, не мы начинаем?
So taking a look at the numbers on the board, 4-2 Russia lead, and you see the percentages, 84 for Russia, only 70 for Sweden. No stolen points yet though. Everything going with the hammer advantage.
Рид первая.
Правда, Рид, правда ты.
So back with our feature game,
Рита! Свит, нет!
Sweden versus Russia, here at the European Curling Championships 2013 in Stavanger, Norway.
Да, ближе, 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 ближе!
Sweden now with Margareta Sigurdsson going to try and play the corner guard. Sweden 2 wins so far in this tournament.
Eka då.
Russia yet to get off the mark.
Nära. En sån bra fart. Ja, den är ganska nära.
Ja, ser lite lång ut.
Sitter framför. Hitta då.
Stanna. Bra.
Bra Magan, inte där.
У меня даже 0 это было. Так быстро.
So corner guard up, and Katerina Galkina for Russia will be asked just to play the tight guard. She's had a fantastic game so far at 95%.
Саша, ближний! Рита, Рита, только Рита! Ближе! Саша, свит! Свит! Ближний! О, ближний тогда, ближний! Ближний! Рита, протирай! Только Саша! Ничего, ближний!
Точно нет, нет!
Ничего, вообще
Только
до конца
испанцы!
ничего.
Сам, нет, стой!
Нет. В
Стой!
самом начале чуть-чуть, Саш, возьми, когда я говорю, Саш, ты не знаешь, что нужно
That
все
one just over curling,
Про чтобы не так валил в конце.
but does cover enough of the red. It's on the centre line.
Tak, Stefan. Som förra. Ja, precis.
You see the green lights of the touch sensitive handles going on, just indicate it's been released for the hog line. That red line across the ice.
Ingen dött. Det är dött. Ligger här. Den är 10.
Har du den?
Tappa nu. Nej, nej. Den är 10. Ingen dött.
Har du den runt eller?
Ja. Ja. Ja!
Jag står där. Långt ner.
Ja, det är bra.
Ja, bra.
Wow, stenar.
Hamnar jag fel?
Hur lång är en kul?
Pass på, stopp.
So Russia looking pretty good here in this sixth end.
linje, ritt på årsene mål.
Rita!
Svip, Rit, svip!
Svip!
Svip, Lise, svip! Dadle linje, ned,
Da,
ned,
da, da,
ned,
da, da.
ned, ned, ned,
Skyss, 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 skyss,
Gansett, ned, ned. Хорош.
So up with the guard. And Sweden in all sorts of trouble now. Margarita asking for the big weight, trying to move everything.
65% for Maria Wennerstrom. Not brilliant. She's gone down a bit in this game.
60. Ja! Hårt!
Important shot this one though. Needs to do the job,
Bra, bra spel. Bra Maggan.
and she does.
Bra Maria, fint.
Sometimes a shot like that can just get things going again.
Bra Maria. Bra där. Bra. Det här vart ju bättre, det är taggad liksom.
Well played.
Хороший вес! Вес, Рита! Вес, вес, Марисин!
Far out there. It's not curling as much as the rest, but the game's come now. Just not done enough to sit short. So Sweden now sit that one in the back of the 8 foot.
Tänkte vi ändå chans att spela ner centern på röd. Det är bra.
Who was coming out of that half-time break, Kenny, feeling the more confident, do you think?
Certainly Russia. I mean, Sweden really not been at the races
Precis, 55-60 var den.
tactically or playing wise at all. They're just all over the place, really.
Gärna linje!
Maria.
Nej då, ingen fara!
Bra fart.
Gärna!
Ja.
Om ni vill!
8.
Ja!
8
Nej, bara fart! Var med, vi ryker snart! Bara fart!
Det är tid. Ända ner emot. Den är ner emot.
This one again, slack from the Swedes. Just putting that one back tee. Anywhere higher the tee would have been good.
Det är bra Maria.
We're doing it.
Det var jättebra. Ja. 52.
Мне кажется, мне сажать нормально. Я тоже, да, на 65, абсолютно. Добавь мне 5. Сам.
Сильновато!
Пока сам.
Margarita
Подтягивай внимательно!
Подмирает.
for
Саш!
Russia.
Подмирает.
Немного,
Есть сильно.
Без вес! Саш!
Сильный, очень сильный вес.
О, Саш!
Очень сильный. Представляй.
She's trying to corner freeze this. And it's a great shot.
Yep, nicely played.
Jag skulle vilja byta bort Marias sista sten! Va? Jag skulle vilja byta bort din sista sten!
Just a whisker between them.
Då gör vi så, som hon säger.
Varför då? Jag tror den är trög.
Could end up having quite a few stones in play in this end.
Det blir bra. I en rotation går de lite längre sen. Drar vi med 60 då. 65. 60-65. Den är ju bara en sten lång vind för. Yes.
Tina Bertrup is 70%. Third player. Game accuracy.
Gärna. Ja, kör ni.
She would hope to have much better stats than that.
Bara fart! Bara ja!
Yeah, certainly Alison. She's generally very rarely below 80%.
Tappa fart! Hårt! Hårt!
Den är bra.
Jobba,
but this looks more like it.
Hårt!
Det är bra.
Ja.
Just done enough to set shot.
Maria, jag tänkte, när vi spelade ditåt in 30 så bara inte vart någon fart. Och så drog det här.
Мне кажется, надо начало под него загар. Ну, можно даже на него, да.
Я не
Here's a
знаю,
closer
честно
look,
говоря.
and there isn't much in it.
Мне кажется,
Do you still go with yellow, Kenny?
Yeah, I think so.
Rita's having a decent game though, 82% from the Russian team.
Аккуратно, линии много! Линии много! Нельзя, чтобы подъезжал, нельзя, чтобы подъезжал.
Много веса. Чуть за. Прилично, пока прилично за.
Свип! О!
Неплохо.
So, does come down and face the red, but gets shot. And it looks like that red's going nowhere for just a couple of shots.
Yep, getting very busy in that area.
I think you're going to have to take a run at this now, Alison, to try and open things up.
Just go for it.
Yeah, you've got to throw some granite here. If you bounce off this red on the button just to the right at T-weight, if Russia come down and just face that, you'd be struggling to score.
35! Kala! 35! Kala! Manu! Ganska bra! Kala!
It needs to be so perfect with this one.
Kala! Manu! Kala! Ja! Manu! Nej! Nej! Ja! Hårt! Bra Nina.
So does enough to set second and third shot.
Hur ligger det? Hur ligger det vid skotten? Nej, de ligger en. Det var väl,
The red one.
Ja.
Still
Det var tänkt
one.
bara en till då.
Counting for the Russians.
Precis fryst.
Все равно этот останется здесь нас.
Just looking at that, the angles. If Sweden did catch the left-hand side of that top one, you expect the yellow to go out sideways at a right angle.
Она будет играть через наш сверху останется. Она может неудачно.
I think if you're Russia, you just throw the guard on this.
Может чуть подмазать, да.
Protect what you have.
Причем надо аккуратно, чтобы он только не переваливал. Либо вот так, либо если будет хорошо все идти, можно будет посмотреть, чтобы
Чуть-чуть сюда,
чуть-чуть
да.
подмазать
Ну
его.
лучше ближний тогда. Чтобы,
я постараюсь.
даже если средний, то она все равно пройдет.
В конце очень валит, прям очень валит.
Что там, Ань?
Посидин. Ну, там все их сверху стоит, поэтому надо запомнить.
Подмазать или просто поставить газ?
Нам главное, чтобы он не перевалил. Это прям вот вообще. Поэтому как бы, изначально просто ну там, средне-ближний. Если будет линия хорошо идти, потому что в конце просто дико валит. Дико валит.
Я, короче, блин,
У Риты что было?
So I think that's what they've called. There's coach Thomas Leaps.
это был конец дома.
Discussing with the alternate.
Я знаю, но все равно Анька как бы побольше добавляет. Давай девятку. 8-5-9.
And see Grover playing at
86,
80% accuracy.
Катя, возьми, Катя.
Pretty good.
Все, ничего, сам!
This is an important one.
Валит очень, нет! Нет, сам туда валит, нет!
Почти фриз, Рит, это фриз.
Don't need to be right up against this. They can just pull up now. It's just over curled.
Just over the line there.
I wanted that a good 2 or 3 inches to the left. It would have been perfect.
Undrar om vi kan få undan den där lite om vi går på den där.
Sweden can just come down at a quiet weight, move things around.
Ja.
Still not an easy shot by any means.
Jag är inte förtjust i den.
It's very possible.
Men det kanske... Är det läge för en timeout? Eller ska vi spara den? Ja. Gör det.
Ska vi ta en kvar?
Ja.
Så kommer vi en sarg här. Då kommer vi flytta den lite.
Händer inte något.
Men
So we have called coach interaction.
jag frågar om det var en vettig sten. Jag tänker med en sarg här för att trycka den skott. Men vi vill gärna ha en till sten. Den ligger lite för nära där. Jag vet inte, alternativet är väl kanske den.
Då får det vara okej att gå i 3:an annars.
Ja.
Antingen att gå på direkt eller gå på 7:an.
Alltså hur är käppen då? Ja.
Då kan ni faktiskt, då har ni skottat och det är svaret en sten till. Det viktiga är att få ner egen sten och inte kan använda.
Ja, precis.
Kan man
Men jag
spela? Jag tror inte det händer något på 40.
Nej, den här kommer aldrig försvinna.
Kan man spela 0?
Då kommer jag skotta om du träffar den här.
What are other options here, Kenny, apart from the obvious?
Hur är den här då?
I think they're looking at maybe driving the yellow corner guard, so they've got something with their last. But
Okej. Okej.
these guys are accurate enough just to play the quiet weight, just to bump the yellow back onto the red. Sit.
35 och minus 5. Ja.
Only just the one. I think the important thing is to get the shooter away, not leave a nice little pocket or a double for Anna Sudrova.
Så tjockt.
Så nära hela sten.
Ja. Spela 25 då.
Har vi pratat om något alternativ bara, eller är det här som vi...
Jag tycker det är det här slaget på den här stenen.
Yes!
Den här så fin ut annars. Nej, men det är bra.
Vad sa vi för fart, Maggan?
30, 25.
I think it's just a back ring weight they've called.
Jag är inte riktigt med på vart vi ville helst ta vägen med den där. Så långt bort som möjligt, eller? Alltså,
Just to try and catch as much as they can see of the yellow and roll away just back of the tee line.
Inte för den farten.
Men var med bara, Nina. Jag kan skippa hem det.
It's up to Maria Pritz
Nej, gott om plats! 30! Gott
to make the difference here.
Karla! Upp! Med! Med! Nej! Hej! Upp!
Need to catch something though.
Jag gör något. Nej. Bra!
It's pretty tight. I think it's just a yellow though.
Inte där. Ligger det? Jag tror vi är skott. Det lilla jag kollar.
Yeah, looking at that, it's clearly the yellow.
Мне кажется, на минус 1 надо закрыть.
А если сильным ударить вот так?
What you could do
Даже
is
если
just
он
guard
попадает
up
в
now
наш,
and
этот останется
say
здесь.
take your one.
Он будет закрыт, и этот будет его закрывать. Он останется ближе. Отъезжать не
It's
должен.
presumably the safe option. She's looking if she can squeeze a bit more out of this. She's asked for a timeout as well. So we'll see Thomas Lips come down very shortly.
У нас время идет, Ай.
Алло,
Болтают там сидят.
ей надо будет перевести тогда 4 фута.
There's the time for you.
Закрывать
So plenty of time.
на минус 1. Или ударить попробовать вот так. Ну, как бы этот уход, даже если мы задеваем этот,
Но,
он
девочки,
типа останется здесь.
а смысл?
задеть, что он чуть-чуть отъедет.
Не, подождите, вы хотите ударить в край? Ну и что? Даже если мы его выносим, мы держим минус 1, она просто приводит сюда спором и все.
Мне кажется,
If there any
опасно его убирать.
sense just to play peel on the yellow one.
She will make a draw anyways with the... Убор останется, нет?
Может, и не останется.
Это
Если он
для-
будет сильный, это уйдет, это уйдет.
Without
не знаю, девки.
probably.
Я бы закрывала. Что она сделает?
Я бы тоже так, ну, просто рассматриваем вариант.
Mixture of Russian and English, trying to pick out the English there.
Guard too short, she will play the race. She will play the race, and that would be, if she hits it in the right spot, would be maybe 3. You know, really so. That's the fear. When you play guard, that cannot be. Then you have to be deeper. You must be deeper if you play the draw. Top 8 is great. If you're top 8, then it's okay. But it must be in the hands.
No.
Yeah, so we have that top 8 just on the biting the centre line would be absolutely perfect.
Типа не может быть так, что он где-нибудь здесь там зависит или что-нибудь в этом роде.
Я согласна, девочки, я считаю, что не надо бить.
Просто закрыть. Просто он говорит, если мы поставим гард, то она будет мочить через свой. Теоретически, если она хорошо очень попадет и все сделает, то это может быть минус 3. Поэтому ему больше нравится типа вот так.
Значит, удом хорошо, но закрыть, да, мне нравится удом.
Прямо из серии вот так вот к нашему.
Да, надо обязательно перевозить, потому что если тут стей, то у них 2 будет.
Да, куда-нибудь 6-8 футов. Чтобы она не била промоушен перед сажать.
Бля, наши валил в конце.
Swedish team can only watch now.
Och trycka ganska hårt.
See what Russia come up with. So many stones in play.
Свип до конца.
Not
Свип до конца.
most elegant release there from
Уже надо, свип!
Anasudrova.
Свип! Свип!
Bear in mind what happened earlier on in the game. You'd think she would beat. Make sure of that.
От гарда, нет?
В смысле? Отыграться
Что ж
от гарда.
такое-то?
Ну, отыгрались бы, если бы не было.
Just overcurled.
Кать,
Didn't
поспокойнее.
really do much.
Grr of annoyance.
Я не знаю, как там отпускать.
You see, just gets pretty close to the hog line. It's got to be released before that red strip across the ice.
There wasn't too much the sweepers could do there to make it much difference. That wasn't the plan. Sweden still have to be careful. This is not a gimme by any means.
Ser riktigt svårt ut härifrån. Va? Ser bara halva. Ja, halva räcker.
Den farten studsar vi in. Träffade väl typ. Förra träffade väl halva, det är den som ligger där.
Skaft nästan bara, va? Ja, det båda ska ju ut. Båda deras ska ut. Jag vet inte hur det ska gå till med 40. 30? Är det 40? 40. Båda deras. Den andra kan väl inte flytta, va? Den bakre röda rör sig inte. Den måste ju flyttas, annars går vi inte på. Bara den ena? Va? Bara den ena, va? Ja. Vad är det för fart? 40! Ja.
Swedish fans there watching on. This has been an intriguing battle, and Maria Pritz, her game accuracy hasn't been up to its normal standard. But this could be the shot that could make the difference. Certainly in this end.
Just catches the top red.
Spel, Maria.
Tiny margins again.
Den fanns ju. One yellow?
Which one's counting?
Där.
Я не знаю, Рит.
One yellow, spel.
It is yellow. It is yellow. So it might have been better for Sweden. It also might have been better for Russia. So probably the right outcome. After 6 ends, Russia 4, Sweden 3.
Ja, nära då. Center. Ja, center. Det är helt okej att släppa en. Ta 2 i 8:e. Alltså riska något mer än det. Nej. Men vi försöker själva. En center är det. Absolut. Ja, vi försöker själva.
Да, сейчас она явно будет нам на это навязывать свои правила.
Мы если вот так вот на морковку. Чуть двигайтесь. Спасибо.
And one game is over in women's draw 3, and it's a victory for Denmark by 9-2. Victory over Norway. Well played to Lenny Nielsen and her team. Comprehensive victory for them. But this one, our feature game between Russia and Sweden, is still very much in the balance. 4-3 to the Russians at the moment, and we're into the 6th end. You're watching live coverage from the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2013, coming to you live from the Stormark Arena, Stavanger in Norway. There's the names and numbers so far. Shows a Russian lead by 4-3. You're listening to Alison Walker and Kenny Edwards.
Саша, точно, Саша, вес!
Bringing you all the drama as it unfolds towards the end of this game.
Oh.
Ligger den framför?
Ja.
Det är ingenting med henne.
Inte den andra.
Tänkte jag kan spela.
Vad tycker vi? Om jag tar Maggan. Jag tycker frysen.
Frysa!
Näsan.
Ja, precis.
65.
Ja.
70.
Yeah, so Sweden trailing now, so really gonna try and make a play for at least a steal or a force just of the single point here in 7th.
Bakkant. Ja, ligger lite längre ut. Nära igenom. Nej. Kanske.
Ja, bak 4, bak 8.
Bak 12, tror jag.
Bak 4.
Förbi eller?
Ja.
That one just slips a little bit too far.
60, 57.
57, ja.
And Russia a chance
Bromsar ju ganska rejält.
once again with Katarina Galkina to draw round into the top of the forefoot.
Рита! Хороший вес! Воу! Саш! Пока чуть сильнее! Такой же, как тот!
Нет, совсем нет, очень плохо пока по линии, нет.
Чуть сильнее,
Нет,
нельзя
нет,
вообще! Приз! Ничего! Приз!
Сви!
That's a great shot by the lead. Really setting things up well this afternoon.
Kan ju den, eller så kan man gå på den.
Jag raka. Raka, va? Jävlar, ska jag göra det fan?
Skulle behöva spela
Update on
så
sheet
här,
B.
är det okej?
Scotland against Germany. Scots leading 6-4, 7th end.
Nej! Sten!
Andrea Shop having a big think. How to play this one.
Nina!
Scotland in a good position.
Я не хочу убирать, потому что она сама должна будет убирать. Сейчас, пока он ей мешает.
Просто не
Мы успеем.
как бы
Загад. Полкамня. Прикрыть полкамня и этого, и этого.
I think you just throw the guard if you're Russia,
75.
but I think we'll pay more attention to it. Andrea Shop is facing 3. Looks like she's just playing the controlled takeout.
Только вес!
This one's looking pretty good. Comes down onto the nose and it'll be a score of 1. So that one 6-5 over on sheet B.
Another close game. That is our featured one. Russia against Sweden, 4-3 to Russia, 7th end.
vi får bort den där. Va? Clearing, så vi får bort den där.
Ja, inte träff här alltså.
Jo.
Okej, massa luft här.
Ja, du kan få spela där om du
Maria
vill.
winners from
Jag tycker
points
det
could be asked for
ser bättre ut.
nose hit.
Då tar vi väl en liksom säkert. Jag hade den också valt.
I think I'd just be asking for a controlled takeout. You just control your shooter, lock it in the top one.
Yep.
Don't have to play the big weight.
Nej, nej! Ja! Nej, nej, nej!
So that was the only problem with playing it at that weight. Just lose a little bit of control. Russia can get round again.
Ja, där är.
Might be able to set up an angle so it would fire a red towards that yellow. And we'd be looking for good for a 2 or a 3 here in this 7th end.
Alexandra Saitova.
Хороший вес! Показать сильнее, чем тот! Линия лучше! 4!
Внимание, нет, Катя, Катя, Катя! Свит, линия! Свит! Свит, пройти!
See curling.
Just pulled a little bit too much.
Clearing!
But they probably do sit 2 shots, so forcing Sweden to play the takeout. Try and run the double.
It's the job of Tina Bertrup.
Nej, Kalla! Kalla! Kalla!
Just gets the one.
Det är bra.
Сильно! Сви!
Аккуратно, линии много!
Катя! Точно, Катя!
Катя!
Есть, дойти! 4 Внимание, нет!
You can see it beginning to come round now.
Свип, да, до конца теперь, свип! Свип, еще, да!
Yeah, just didn't quite get it tucked in behind the red and yellow.
Still very exposed.
Vi får gå på det, va?
Lever med att sätta chapp om det är så.
Vill du spela 80?
Okej för mig, men
Ja,
du
bara
känner.
70.
80!
Bra.
Ja!
A good chance to play the hit, run through with this one if it over curls. A high-pitched scream there.
A
Must
long
be-
high-pitched scream. It was very close to that yellow further out, that's for sure. It's changed things around a little bit though. It's strange how we think that shouting and being vocal can have a bearing on. It's like when Andy Murray won Wimbledon, that was because I was shouting at the TV. You can think you can have a bearing, it's strange.
Внимание! О, нет, совсем.
Внимание, нет!
This one looking pretty good. But just nips through the gap.
And this end's still very much in the balance. Go either way.
You see, this one just really did pull hard at the end. Maybe just grab something on the ice.
It was quite marked, wasn't it? Swede.
Viktig överkött. Absolut, ligga på. Vilken är jättebra men inte tajt. Ligga på är jättebra. I kant Maggan! Nej! 90! Upp lite! Jobba då. Rent. Ganska bra. Rent.
Similar line.
Okej. Bra där. Bra. 90 då. Bra Maja.
Right on
Yeah,
the
that's
nose.
all Sweden really could do there was just play the nose hit.
Lugnt.
So a little bit of a missed opportunity, I would say, for Russia here.
Ну, он был мягенький в любом случае, не поправлен там, не какой-то.
Anna Sidorova
Свип, очень надо, девочки, очень свип!
really needs to hang around with this. Again, this one really curling hard. Oh, great shot by the skip. Fully buried.
She's still shaking her head a little bit. But secretly she's quite pleased. Doesn't really want to show it. There's not much room for manoeuvre there for Sweden.
Я так пошире, он блин, сейчас еще поправлю вообще.
Well played by the Russian skip.
Har vi börjat 65? Det var tokigt mycket is. Kanske kallas sådär mycket. Det var faktiskt dålig koll. Du har ju sett kluster.
In time sheet D, Switzerland against Latvia, 7th end. It's 4 apiece at the moment. Latvia's given the Swiss a run for their money. It's the last stone from Miriam Ott.
Bra fart! Ja, linje!
Yeah, Miriam Ott looking for a fistful here in the 7th. But only picks up the single.
Gosh, that could have been so different. A little bit of a let-off then for Latvia. They're still well in that game against the Swiss. Switzerland 5, Latvia 4. We're in the 7th end in our featured game, Russia against Sweden. 4-3 to Russia. It is the last stone, played by the Russian skip Anna Sidorova.
Внимание, свип! Свип!
Oh, great shot. Hand picks up 4.
What an end for Russia. Thanks to their skip, brilliantly set up and executed by Anna Sidorova. That really has turned the game on its head. Sweden on the back foot.
Yeah, just not been at the races at all. Not been in this game. They can't say Russia have got lucky here. They just haven't went out and wanted to win the game.
Commanding lead now for the Russians after 7 ends, 8-3. And there's this shot from Sidorova again, Kenny.
Yeah, just comes down and drives the red back onto the yellow. Hangs around as well. It could be so important, just making that a 4 rather than a 3.
Russia could be heading for their first win in this round robin. But as we know in curling, things can still happen, particularly against a team of Sweden's caliber.
Det känns som hon har lite snurr på innan. Ja.
But they do need to up their game.
Jag har inte tänkt på det.
There's the numbers. Pretty even Steven till the 7th, and then that 4 from Russia, 8-3.
Можно, даже надо, да.
You're watching live coverage from the Gruyère European Curling Championships 2013. We're live in the Sormark Arena in Stavanger in Norway.
Ближе, надо.
Jenny Edwards and Alison Walker bringing you this game, this feature game between Russia and Sweden, two of the favoured teams here. Expected to do well and be in at the death. Russia who very much have control of this game now.
Hake, bra fart. En kala, nära.
What's the Swedish strategy now, Kenny?
Well, I think they've really just got to throw the guards and wait for a mistake, and they're making mistakes themselves there. They just throw the corner guard into the top of the 12th foot so it can't be removed.
There's a difference in the leads, and certainly in terms of the draws, Alkina way ahead, and a better percentage overall. Tells its own story.
I won't be too worried about hanging around with that.
Russians just need to keep the momentum going, keep being steady, not try anything too outrageous.
Bra linje. Den kommer längre ut sen. Ja, men glider. Bra fart. Ja, den är bra. Bra.
Yeah, so Sweden continue with the corner guards.
Det är bra. Det är bra.
But now Russia can remove them because it's the end of the free guard zone.
Wow! Sweep!
And that one taken out of play relatively easily. So we're going to take a look at sheet B. Scotland's Eve Muirhead just can't quite get away from Andrea Schopp and Team Germany. She's making a few errors early on in the end, and it's putting herself under a lot of pressure. So looking for the in off the corner guard. 4-2. This one just over curled. A little closer than it looked, really. So steal of 1, 6-all after 8 ends over on sheet B.
Yeah, that one not over by any means. Andrea Schopp has played in so many of these, hugely experienced. Unlike the margin in this one at the moment. Our feature game between Russia and Sweden, 8-3 to Russia. And there's the stats, the seconds. And the newest player on the Russian team performing pretty well in comparison to Bergström, who's normally such a consistent performer. for the Swedish team, isn't she?
Yeah, relatively. So, I don't think you...
None of them have really been firing on all cylinders today, have
I
they?
don't think you get a spot in any Swedish team easily. I think you've got to earn your right to be there.
But you can't afford to have bad games in the round robin, as long as you don't have too many bad games.
Yeah, so Russia just keeping it fairly simple, not getting involved now. They don't need to score anymore.
So got to keep the concentration levels up, that's what's important. Can't afford to switch off at any time.
Lite tajt på den, tror det är bra linje. Gard. Ja. Tror det är gard. Ja, så långt som möjligt. Ja, det är okej där. Okej.
Ja, 71.
I think they were just looking to freeze that one. But looking at the third stats, Fominina outshooting Bertrup 80% to 71.
And that's reflected in the game as a whole, no question of that.
I think the real difference has been the tactics more than anything. Russia went out there and tried to make something of it. Sweden kind of getting a little bit uncertain and unsure of what they're trying to achieve in the end.
And a bit defensive.
Yeah, certainly.
And they're more than capable of having that other approach. It's just they just can't seem to find it in this particular game. Almost need something dramatic or something inspirational to happen to change things. One good shot. This one looks closer. That's more what they were after.
Yeah, perfect.
Ну да. Мне кажется, да.
Still a bit of a gap between them.
Очень валит, помнишь?
Да,
Очень
4,
валит. Больше.
6.
Oh, I think they're just elected to draw 4 foot on the left-hand side of the centre line.
Лучше зайти, да.
8 футов полностью надо.
Ага. 8, 8, 5.
Точно?
8. Ну, на 8-6 ты привез 8-6 и девятку у тебя были вот эти начала дома. 8-5.
Еще другая линия, пофигу.
Ну, просто будет подваливать.
Ну ладно, давайте 75, окей. Ну, можно зайти, давайте 75-8, ладно.
Пократи! Внимательно! Пократи! Отличная линия, зайти! Свип! Конец 4!
Тиза!
Чуть за! Свип!
Не-не-не.
So this one placed perfectly.
Отлично. Хорош.
Set 2. There's no real double there.
74. У тебя 8? 7-5. 7-5, короче, бег.
Yep, steady stuff from the Russian girls.
Молодец.
7-4.
Det var bra och precis tryck.
Ja, vilken fart.
Är det dumt att spela chapp som i sån take?
There you see the stats for the skips.
Är det 40 du vill ha eller?
Maria Pritz down at 57%. To be fair, most of them have been pretty high difficulty.
40! Karlan! Rätt fart! Karlan! Upp lite! Gärna för fart! Upp lite! Ja! Nej! Bra fart! Karla då? Hårt Magga? Nej, okej.
And does move the red to the back 12. You've actually got to catch quite a lot of this top yellow if you're going to play the double over the top of the red at night.
Выше пройдет.
I think what you do now is play the scoreboard. If you just play the hit, make sure you're always on the high side. So if you do give up 2, it's okay, but just make sure you remove one of the yellows. Don't jam it. Don't want to give up 3 after picking up 4 on the previous end. So
don't put yourself under pressure. You lose a couple.
Can't believe they're actually thinking about the draw here. You just got to hit something. Play the scoreboard. If they put this round in behind, you might leave a nice half-stone double for a 3.
And then it's a different game again. It's a bit nervy and edgy. So important decision.
Yeah, over on sheet D though. Switzerland leading Latvia 5-4. So Ivete Regza for Latvia. Looking to draw the pin. And just overthrows it. And it might be a steal of 2. They're just having a look at it now. Certainly one. They're going to put the measure on it.
Missed opportunity for Latvia. They're hanging in well there. Back in our featured game.
Have put it in a pretty nice spot, and the double looks as if it's not there. Put it down and swing in a couple more inches. That would be.
They're happy enough with that.
Vad vill du ha för fart? Clearing, clearing.
Som att det är den vi ska göra. Får inte 3 på den ändå. Vet du att vi kan vicka in 3D sen då? Nästan köp. Vit utsida bara. Den andra ligger ju in på vitt. Ja men just det, den bakre. Ja. Får vi göra det? Det är ganska uppe på. Det är jättebrant här nere. Ja. Alltså. Vilken träff är det?
Lite tjock halv. Satt en chappa på den så bör vi ha den.
Ja, det är bra. Yes.
Det vore ju bra om den inte är superhård. Vi vill ju gärna stanna själv.
Ja, kan vi bli bättre än den bakre då?
I'm not sure what they're looking at here. I think they maybe try to drive the top yellow back onto the 2 reds to try and pick up 3. Gotta think if you don't make it, it's going to be.
But they have to go for it because they're 8-3 down.
Yep.
You know, it's almost make or break time for Sweden.
Must be pretty close. Oh, a great shot. Have they done enough? Oh, I think it's only going to be 1. And it is only the single point. Very, very close to picking up 3.
It was so close to the Swedes, but they're hanging on in there. Just, they've got 1 back, and after 8 ends, it's Russia 8, Sweden 4.
Helt okej för mig.
Känns ganska mycket fart.
So into the ninth end of our feature game between Russia and Sweden. Russia still with a significant advantage ahead of the Swedes, and they are running out of ends. Sweden have to make a difference in this end. How do they do it, Kenny?
Russia have really got to make some big mistakes now for Sweden to get back into this. Trailing by 4 without last stone advantage. You've got to think if Russia could just score a single point here, it would be the game.
They've executed the whole game pretty well, the Russians.
Yeah, so they're just trying to tick shot there. The free guard zone, 4 rock free guard zone is in play here at the Europeans. So first 4 stones, if they're short of the scoring area there, the house can't be removed from play. So they were just trying to push that yellow across towards the barrier, so that it can't be used to hide behind in any way.
Ganska nära. Dra den. Nära Linn. Linjen är bra. Vänners fram. Nära då. Linjen är jättebra. Den är bara hake. Kör då. Nära. Så långt ni kan. Så nära ni tar. Så långt ni kan. Bra. Fint.
So good separation between the guards. I think now they won't go for the tick shot. They'll try and just draw around one in top of the 4 foot, get in there before Sweden do. And if they can get in, it would mean that Sweden would have to move them off the top of the fort, put a little bit extra weight, and probably wouldn't get the curl on it.
You can even tell by the body language and the odd smile that the Russians are in a much better place.
This one looking pretty pacey from Katarina Galkina. Weight control's been pretty good throughout. Doesn't want to slip back of the tee. So the reason they're swooping that one is they don't want it sitting back of the button, because then Sweden could come down freezing it, and it would mean they would have to play 2 or 3 shots to get rid of it. If it's back of the 8 foot, back of the 12 foot, at least they can come in and sit on top of the tee line themselves.
Gärna! Maria! Ja! Lille! Jo, måste! Ja! Ja, för fart också! Hårt! Ja! Så långt ni kan! Ner på 10! Kör! Viktig linje! Viktig linje! Viktigt! Fortsätt!
Feathers the guard.
Så långt ni
Takes a
kan!
little bit of pace out of it. But is in behind.
Bra där! Liksom.
Does sit 1 shot.
Han där tappar snör helt.
This is where Russia's just got to stay concentrated, just make sure they do the basics, peel the guard off. Don't really need to remove 2 or 3 stones from play, just the high guard would do.
Sweep! Whoa! Vrid.
See, that's the mistake they were looking for.
Kanske ända ner. Ända ner är jättebra. Ja. Man kan skarva på 5, va? Ja. Vi går hela vägen. För att det är typ samma 60. Ja, som 55, 60. Ja, långt ut där. Vad för 60? Jag hade 62. Ja. Gärna! Det är bara gott! Häng upp den här. Gott! Jobba! Jättefin linje, häng upp den. Allt ni har!
Försök dela upp det där då. Försök dela.
Det går inte.
And it's not what the doctor ordered. I think Russia will just ignore that yellow stone. What you're going to do is drive that red guard back onto the yellows. That's the one that's going to cause you problems. It's covering the centre line.
Сейчас, еще раз.
Big extension there. Trying to throw the weight in it. Gets a little bit lucky and spins one of the reds down into the 12th foot. Opens up that central area. If you look at the technique here. Just that big extension. Unlucky not to remove both them yellows.
Sweden still need a big score here. Look at that margin, 8-4. You could do with at least 3 here. Don't have last stone, remember. So looking for a Russian mistake.
Lite längre än 10, bra! Bakom 10 nu! Ja, nej bara 10! Kör då! Kör nu! Hårt! Så långt det går! Så långt det går!
Right onto the button.
Yeah. Good shot.
Ja.
Sweep! Wow!
Oh! Нет.
Oh!
Нет.
Sweep! Sweep! Da!
Oh, great shot. Gets everything moving.
Well, the yellow still nipping on the outside there.
You see it. Both yellows moving, but that one hanging on. Don't think Anna Sidrova will be too worried about that. I think she'll be able to outdraw something in the 12th foot.
Let's be rather be in Russian shoes as we speak. Russian curling shoes. Barring anything major, they should be able to see this one out. There's the numbers.
Yeah, that big 4 in the 7th end. Really turning the game.
Sweep!
Doesn't quite get the yellow in behind, but they do sit second and third shot.
Det är det bästa vi har.
Seeing a few more smiles from Anna Sidorova now than at the beginning.
Ska vi frysa? Det känns som frysningen är det bästa vi har. Ja, jag tittar liksom på runda ljudet, men det är inte tillräckligt bra. Spela 65. Det var bra Staffan. Statligt lätt handboll.
Here's Maria Pritz.
Bra linje, se till att vi är
She's definitely up against it.
Karla.
Den är där.
Se till att den är det. Bra linje. Wennerström.
Yeah, just trying to freeze this one at the back.
Den är där nu. Ja.
Helt inte.
Ja. Stöt. Ja. Trycker. Ja.
Ja, det dyker i det.
Ja, bra.
Bra spel.
Bra Maria. Bara hasa i där. Bra.
Fint. Bra spel Maria.
I think Russia will just play the takeout now.
Stay маленький.
So Anna Sidrova. Play a controlled takeout.
Sweep! Oh, oh, wow! One cheat! Sweep! Sweep! Sweep!
And just rolls a little bit too far. So the yellow just up on the left there, second shot.
Dutta ner den sen så att vi ligger 2. Samma fart.
One for Sweden.
Trycka
Here
den
really
en
isn't enough.
sten! Ja.
Vart den sämre? Alltså tredje.
Ja. Alltså ska tjapptrycka den här en sten.
En sten bara,
Ligga
som
2.
förra. Alltså fast bättre linje.
Ja, det var perfekt fart. 60.
60 och 65 hade vi som. 60 är bra.
You can hear lots of action in the arena. That's in the other side, the B competition going on. It's a men's competition at the moment, so lots of noise.
Kalla lite, det är bra linje!
You can hear the cowbells as well.
Ja! Ut! Trycker ut!
This one from Maria Pritz looking
räcker då.
really good.
Taskigt Maggan.
Fint så. Bra. Bra
And
Maria.
Sweden well set too.
Fint spel det där. Ja. Bra.
Какой следующий? Комплектировать.
So you've got to think if Anna Sidrova could play the nose hit here and pick up one, the hand would be offered. And they would get their first win of the European Championships 2013.
Yep, they certainly merited it in this game. Came out very positively. So, ninth end, last stone from the Russian skip Anna Sidorova. Can she make this one count?
Sweep! Sweep! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Yeah, makes it perfectly. And yes, it is the handshake.
Yep, victory for Russia. They played very well in this game against Sweden, one of the fancied teams. Sweden not quite at the races.
Thank you.
The final score, Russia 9, Sweden 4.
Нормально. Нормально. Мы разгонялись, как тут все, знаете. Чуть-чуть. Микрофон.
Сразу флем вообще полосовина.
Молодцы, клюшечки.
So we're going to take a look at the game between Scotland and Germany. You see it's a tight affair, 6 each over on sheet B. So this is a situation in the 10th end. And you see Scotland line 1 on the button. And a shot of Germany with one sitting top of the forefoot. Scotland just not managing to put Germany away in this game. Just lapses of concentration really what's been hampering the Scots in this game. Scotland playing the red stones, Germany yellow. And I think Germany have called the timeout. Rainer Schopp makes his way down. And I think they're just looking to see if there is an in-turn hack weight through the port to try and drive the yellow back onto the red. If there is, Scotland would be in deep trouble. I think that's what they've called. The hack weight through the port between the red and yellow at the top of the shot. Try and push the yellow in the red forefoot area back onto the red on the 1 foot. Familiar face of Andrea Schopp playing for Germany. That's our first stone in the 10th end.
Whoa! Yeah! Whoa! Yeah! Whoa! Yeah!
This looks pretty good.
Yeah!
A great shot by the experienced skip.
Aus dem Leib schreien. Darfst nicht wischen so viel, wir müssen viel dünner haben. Der geht dann in Gelb, man den darf
Scotland's Eve Muirhead been forced to play the run back.
Yeah, just kind of nice.
Just needs to catch it on the high side, on the left hand side as we look at the overhead. Don't expect too much weight at this one.
Clean. Clean. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
And bit of a disaster, really. Pushes the red in behind the yellow. So if Germany can put one maybe biting the top of the 8 foot, Scotland would probably have to play the cold draw around the right hand side. There is enough swing, but probably going to think that Scotland would play the takeout rather than the draw. I think the problem with playing the draw right in on top, you might leave a nice angle to come on in off the yellow. Make it pretty unmissable if you leave it half checked on the yellow. Anywhere on the inside of the yellow, you're going to drive back onto it. You should pick up your one. These two yellow guards out front could have been removed from play earlier on in the end, but Muirhead asked Anna Sloan just to play a guard.
Sie hat sie immer weit außen. Das ist jetzt einfach die Frage. Wobei, selbst wenn hier liegt, ja, wobei, wenn sie dann das Double spielt, dann. Ja, na, wenn sie dann das Double spielt, bleibt ihr Spielstand da hängen. Der erste war da vorne, oder? Dir wäre lieber der da vorne, oder?
So Jeremy still with over 4 minutes on the clock.
Es ist halt, wenn der halt da liegt.
So plenty of time to
wobei, wenn er da
make this
liegt, ist
decision.
er da. Wenn sie den Nase hat, dann drückt es den schon weit genug weg, dass der nur noch Second ist.
Wenn sie den Nase hat.
Ja. Weißt, selbst wenn er mir so liegt und sie hat eine Nase,
If you go on top of there, you just
dann
make it
drückt
so
den
easy
so
to
weit weg, dass der hier noch Shot ist. Ja.
come up against him.
So. Und hoffen,
Slip
oder?
a little bit too far, you might leave just a cool draw.
Ja, ich weiß es nicht.
Come up a little bit too short,
Ich weiß es echt
and you
nicht.
leave
Aber in dem Moment, wo er nur minimal versetzt
a
liegt,
nice half-stone double.
wenn er versetzt liegt, aber wenn er da versetzt liegt, drückt es ihn da weg. Das hilft auch nichts.
I think the call would be just top of the 8 foot,
Ja, dann kann er auch weiter vorne sein.
bite the centre line, and force Scotland to maybe play the hack weight in off the Yellowstone on the right hand side.
Also ich sehe den kommen, ich sehe den gelben kommen. So ein typischer für sie.
Certainly taking their time over this decision. Andrea have been in this situation so many times.
Hugely experienced.
Halt, wenn man Press
And she loves this part of the game, doesn't she? She loves the strategy, the tactics, the thinking it out.
Bisschen mehr.
Concentrated faces there. David Hay of Scotland. Ready shot. Scots were definitely fancied in this one, but they haven't been able to shake this woman off and her team.
So this one began to cut on out. So that's exactly what she didn't want to do. So it's just a draw to the button with a little bit of backing. Yeah, anywhere in the 8 foot would have done. But this one, you've got to expect someone of Eve Muirhead's calibre to finish this one off.
This didn't curl too much.
Yeah, that was a chance for Germany there to make it a bit more difficult for her. Look at that draw accuracy. No pressure. Last stone of this 10th end.
Clean. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah.
And watching this one all the way down.
Whoa. Just clean. Just clean.
Confidently played by the Scottish skip, so they win 7-6 in 10 ends.
Yep, it was in the balance for quite a while.
Thank you.
Important victory for the Scots, their third win.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
Good job done.
Thank goodness for you up here. I know.
That's fine. Good job.
Not the finest.
Exactly.
In contrast,
Yeah.
Germany pipped at the post.
Yeah, really good weight because it was starting
Did
to.
you? Yeah, you said that.
Scotland moving on to 3 wins, 0 losses. Germany
Like, fuck, whether
will be bottom of the pile, 0 and 3.
That would have ended up what, here?
What, the one usually?
Yeah.
About 9.
Perfectly.
So we have just one game left in the arena. Switzerland and Latvia. And it's 7-6 to Latvia. And the final end, the 10th end. Good score of 3 for Latvia in the 9th to give them that lead. But again, another very close game. This is the Swiss skip, Miriam Ott. Hugely experienced former world champion. Not been quite at her best today though. 69% game accuracy.
Oh, net tegen het oude team, Karel het nu! Oh! Nee, 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 nee!
This one looks pretty good though.
Oh, net naar voren!
Gets good separation between the stones. All that's left for Latvia now is to play corner freeze on one of these reds.
Cik bija iepriekšējais? Metīšu 8.
Vita regs up for Latvia. Looking to just make it awkward for Beremont to pick up another win. Latvia. 1 defeat. Switzerland 2 wins. No defeats so far. This one looking pretty good. Just not quite curling enough. So a chance for not just to play the hit and run. Needs to score 2. But does have a few counters hanging around, so just needs to move the yellow. It's just over a minute 45 on the clock, so not too close.
They've hung on in well, the Latvians. Still very inexperienced at this level.
And sweepers are all over this. Must have been a little tight away. Certainly was tight away, but does enough, and it will be Switzerland to pick up 3 and win over Latvia 9-7.
Yep, good win for the Swiss. Miriam back competing for Switzerland in the European Championships. They march on. Switzerland 9, Latvia 7. Swiss go on to 3 wins and no losses. And smiles all round in their camp. They have a happy dinner tonight and plan ahead for tomorrow, and a few fans enjoying it too. Do you know that song, Kenny?
I don't, Alison, no. I'm sure they'll be relatively happy.
Yep, she enjoyed that. And that completes this session of play in the women's draw 3. And our coverage, our feature game was Russia against Sweden. Russia winning that 9-4.
But it was Russia-Sweden who we were concentrating on.
Vad är det för fart?
6th end. Maria Pritz
30! Karla!
looking to try and get herself back in the game. Down, just catches the top red and
Känner hur den ville gå lite tajt, men det var
and here in the 7th, great opportunity for Anna Sidrova to pick up 4. Trying to run the red back onto the yellow. Does it perfectly. Hangs around as well. 4 shots on the board. In the 8th. Maria Pritz facing 2, trying circus shot, trying to drive the top yellow back, get the double on the reds. Nearly does enough, but was only enough to pick up the single.
en eller 2. Vart en eller? Ja. Är ni nöjda då eller?
In the 9th.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Was a fairly straightforward affair for Anna Sidrova. Nose hit for the single point. Their first win here at the European Championships 2013. But elsewhere, Denmark, early winners over Norway 9-2. We've seen Scotland winning over Germany 7-6. And Switzerland, Latvia finished 9-7. Italy, Czech Republic 9-2. So there's the standings. Scotland, Switzerland topping the table. Denmark and Sweden just not quite up there yet. And then we see Germany yet to get off the mark. But a few teams with just that single win after the second day of play here in Norway.
Anna, very many congratulations. Great to get your first win, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really great, especially when we get to relapse it losses. So
you seem to come out really positively right from the start in this game.
Well, you know, sometimes people tired to lose, so probably it's time to start to win. So we knew that we can be able to play really well, and we need just to execute, to believe in ourselves. So we tried to do that, and we did it.
And that key end, obviously, picking up the 4.
You know, the ice is always difficult because it's not always difficult. I mean, like during different lines, but also during the game it changes all the time. So sometimes it's a random choice. So probably we were a bit more lucky and we did right things at the right time. So.
And you never know when Sweden are going to come back at you, do you? They're such a good team too.
Well, you know, every team which comes to European is more or less good. So we used to feel like we need to fight every game, doesn't matter of the opponent, so we just need to play well and doesn't matter who we're playing against.
Well, you played well today and got the win. Congratulations again.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, well played to Russia, and that wraps up our coverage for the moment in this women's draw.